the address of the first location is 100, then the next 100 is with add 2 bytes because it is an integer data type, it can hold 2 bytes of memory. Next address is 104 and so on. Okay. Next, each array can be accessed by using index. You know, an array will contains index number, and in the index, that the data will be stored. And we see that it must be positive integer, and it can be represented in square braces only. Okay, this is square braces we represented here. Okay, a of 0 means 0 is the index, a of 1 is the index, and so on, a of n-1 index. So here 0 is the lower bound and the n-1 is the upper bound of the array. Next, we discussed last class what are the different types of array. One-dimensional array. When the array element contains only one subscript, we call it as a one-dimensional array. Okay, it is also called as linear array. It can be represented in one dimension. Okay, so here in the one-dimensional array stores the data elements in a single row or single column. We already discussed. So syntax is data type, array name, size. Next, coming to the one-dimensional array representations here, this is the index. So this is the size of the array. These are the values in the array. This is the array name, and this what is the data type. Clear? So next, memory representation of one-dimensional array. So already I told that in here we are using indexes. So here array size is 6. So index starts from a of 0. So a of 0 to a of 5. So in a of 0 we store the element 2, and the address is 100. Then we store 1. The address is 2 because we are taking here int a of 5. That's why the memory allocation is difference by 2. Because the int data type will store int data type can handle 2 bytes of memory. That's why we have differences. So here blocks of a of 0, a of 1 with base addresses 10, 100, 102, 104 and so on, and it stores the values 2, 4, 6, 7, 5, 8. Next, see here in one-dimensional array, here we need not to keep the track of the address of the data elements of an array to perform any operations on data. Okay. Next one, two-dimensional array. So two-dimensional is mostly used for matrix representation. So here two-dimensional array contains first subscript for row and second one is column. So same data syntax is here. See here, data type, array name, row size, column size. Okay, clear? Next, multi-dimensional array. This is the representation of two-dimensional, 3 rows, 2 columns. 3 rows, 2 columns. Okay. So in this way also represent. See here, these are 3 rows and 3 rows and 2 columns. Okay, this is the column size, this is the row size, this is the array name, this is the data type. So 4, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 3 rows, 2 columns. Next, representation of two-dimensional array. 0, 0 already know, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 2, 0, 2, 1. This is the 0th row, 1th row. Similarly, this is the second row. Okay, similarly, third row, fourth row, depending upon the array size. So memory representation, 0th row data is 4, 1th row data is 3, and 5. So see here in this the address is 502. Some addresses are there. Okay, this is the 0th row, from here to here 0th row, from here to here first row, from here to here second row. For this element, this is the address. For 3, this is the address. Okay, similarly columns. Okay. So multi-dimensional array, more than 2 subscripts, we call it as a multi-dimensional array. I already told you syntax of the multidimensional array, same data type, array name. So here first column represents the how many dimensions of the how many arrays you take. For example, 3 dimension we are here a of 3 we take, then we have store the elements in 3 arrays. If the 5 here is stored, we have to store the elements in 5 arrays with 3 rows and 2 columns. The 5 array elements, each array element will contain 3 rows and 2 columns. Each array can handle 3 rows and 2 columns. And here, how many arrays we are using here? Here, 2 arrays, 0, 1, 2 arrays. So memory representation, just like previous one. Then today topic is what are the operations performed on array. So the operation performed on array is insertion, deletion, traversal, reversing, sorting, searching. So all these operations are performed in an array. Okay, all these operations performed in an array. Okay, first we move to the insertion element. So see here what is insertion. So insertion is nothing but adding a new element into an array. Okay. So for adding new elements in array, we are taking a loop and we shift the one element to the from left to the right. So see here, here in loop we have shifted the numbers from specified position one place to the right of their existing position. Okay, then we have placed a new number at the vacant place. Just like for example, I am taking see here in this. So just we move from one position to another position. First of all, for example, we have the array size is 5. So array index starts from 0 to 4. If we want to store the element at 0 position, we will store 5. Then we move shift to the right side. Then next element is a of 1. Then move right side and so on. So that is the insertion operation. So see here, I am taking here for loop for I equal to 4, I less than I greater than equal to I plus plus. You just take I equal to 0 also. This is just for example purpose. For I equal to 4, so initially I value is 4, I greater than equal to condition true, I plus plus. Okay, first after checking the condition, it will come into the loop. I value is 4, 4 minus 1 is 3, here 4. So 3 is stored in A of I, then number will be stored in A of I at position 3rd location. See the example here. This is the example for storing the element at 2nd location. So already I am taking the loop from I equal to 0, I less than and I plus plus. Then I create the array element, insert the elements 11, 13, 14, 4. After insertion, then I want to insert at position 1, I insert the element is 12. So these 3 elements are so when I want to insert the element here at position 1, so these elements are shifted one right side. So first of all, it shift the 4 element to the if it is empty. Okay, then it will shift. Okay, so if the already this block is empty, so 4 is shifted here, 14 is shifted here, 13 is shifted here, then the element is stored in this array. So in this way, we have to shift the elements from right. Okay. So 1 minute, I am giving this here for insertion operation. Here this is for searching. So here, if I want to insert, okay, I want to insert. So it is an unsorted array because the elements are not in sorted order. So in this way, it is very easy. So the insertion operation is faster as compared to the sorted array. Because it is unsorted array, we can replace the element at the end because it is an unsorted array. If we want to store the elements in sorted array, so first of all, we have to check where the value is taken. For example, this is the unsorted array. I want to replace the, I want to insert 3. So directly we insert the 3 at the end position. It is an unsorted array. For example, if the element is sorted array, so this array is sorted. I think so this array is sorted 1, 2, 4, 6, 5. So now I want to insert the element 3. So this is the sorted array. So we cannot insert the 3 at the last block because this data is in sorted array. Then we have to compare this element with the A of 0 element. If greater than that, then increment I by 1. Then compared with 3. Then we have to increment. We have to increment 1 I by 1. Then its value is 4. 4 is compared with 3. The condition false. So if you insert in between 2 and 3, that is, this is the 0 position, 1 position. You can insert the element at second position. Then you have to move these to upward. So the output for this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, sorry, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. In this way, you have to. So, as compared to the unsorted array, it is as compared to CRM. Insert operation is faster as compared to the sorted array because if we want to insert the sorted array, element insert in sorted array, we have to first search the element in which position it can store. So that is the time taken process. In unsorted array, directly insert at the end position. Okay, this is another example for insertion. Clear? Next, after insertion, this is the value. Next, just see one program for insertion. So how to insert an element in an array. See here, this is visible to everyone. This program is visible to everyone. Okay. See here, for example, I am taking the array of size is 10. My array name is n. See here, having already inserted, I having 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4. N of 0 contain 1 element, and I am supposed to insert the new element 60. So if you move the elements from 0, 1 to shifted, then we can insert 60. So in which position we have to insert the 60? See here, see the example here. So I am taking 1, 2, 3, 4. Already I store the data in array 0, 1, 2, 3. These are the indexes, and these are the elements or data. So now after that, the array size is 10. So remaining the block is here. We have a remaining 5 elements we can store because the size is 10. So I want to insert 60. So 60, you can insert 60 at what position? I am going to insert the 60 at first position, or if you want to insert the 60 at 30 position, any position. But array size is 10 only. So you have to insert the 60 in between 0 to 9 position only. Position is nothing but the index values. Okay, before inserting 60, you have to first give the at which position you have to insert the 60. Okay, so for this we are writing one program here. See here. So see the example here. I am taking array, name is array and the size is 50. I am taking one variable as position is the which position I have to store that element. I am taking instead of for loop I am taking here C here, and n is the what is the how many elements you want to insert in an array, and what is the values, which values you want to insert. So here enter the number of elements in an array. So how many elements you want to insert the array? First you have to insert the elements in an first you have to create the array and you have to insert the elements in an array. So I am taken here 5. So 5 elements, then you have to insert the 5 elements. So 5 elements are 2, 3, 1, 5, 6. So I insert the elements 5. So I am giving the n value as 5. So I am giving n equal to 5. Now I can insert total 5 values, that is 2, 3, so 2, 3, 1, 5, 6. So 2, 3. I can insert 2, 3, 1, 5, 6. I can insert the 5 elements because I have given here what are the elements, how many elements you want to insert here. So that is printf enter the elements to be insert. Then the scanf we are giving address for this. Then 5 will stored in n. Then enter the elements to be inserted. I am inserted 2, 3, 1, 5, 6. Okay. Next see here. I am taking the for loop for the array. So these elements are stored in array. So I am taking c equal to 0, c less than n, c plus plus. So c equal to 0. Initially 0 value contains 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these are the indexes. In indexes we are store the elements 2, 3, 1, 5, 6. Now we want to insert the new element. So at which position you want to insert? So I want to insert the element at position first position. So first position is for example I want to insert at first position is this is the index first position. Instead of 3 you want to insert 60. Okay, so I given I give the position is 1. At what position I want to insert means I want to insert position 1. Then the position 1 is here empty. Now it will the position, it clears the position 1. So here 3 move remaining to the next blocks. Then this block is empty. Now what value you have to store at position 1 is 60. Then the 60 value is placed in this position. Okay. Then print the result. For printing portion, this is the result. So see here in this example, I want to insert an element here in this output. Enter the location where you have. I am inserting here 3. At location 3, I want to insert. At location 3, I want to insert. So 1, 2, 3. Third location. So third location means replace 1. So replace 1 by n, then 1 move downward. So here 2, 3, then comes 8, then the just move to the next move, means next direction, that is remaining blocks and move forward to right direction. We insert here, just next stored in the here. So okay. So I want to insert at the third position. This is first position. So see here 2, 3, 1, 5, 6. Okay, this is the first position, second position, third position, fourth position, fifth position. I am taking position with the start number is 1. So I want to insert at third position. So just first you have to check the third position. In third position it contains some value. Just move those values to the right side. Then it will move to the right direction, then the position values is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 6 position we have to insert in 13, so 3 is empty, then you can insert here 8. So in this way you have to insert the elements in an array. Clear? So in that position you have to insert. For that purpose you are using the loop here. So on that position you store the value. Okay, then print the array. So this is the printing purpose. This is the overall elements after insertion. These three in that position you have to store the data. That purpose we are using this loop. Okay, this loop we are using for inserting the element in that position. After that you can print the element, then the elements will be printed. Next, move to the next one. That is another operation is deletion operation. So here deletion is nothing but process of removing element from the array. So already created array, in that want to delete an element, you can delete and rearrange that place with the remaining values. Okay, here in this, see here, if you have shifted the number of place after the position from where the number is to be deleted. Okay, so here we have to delete the number, just shift the values to the left. So one place to the left of their existing position. For insertion, we shift to the right side. For deletion, we shift to the left side. So the place that is vacant after deletion element is filled with 0. Okay. So this is for deletion. For example, see the diagram here. So I already inserted 11, 12, 13, 14, 4 in an array. Now I want to delete the element at position 1, that is 12. Okay. So after deletion, I shift this element to the left side. After deletion 12, I shift this 13 to here. And the last element we replaced with the 0. Why we are shifting the element with 0 means the place that is vacant after deletion of an element is filled with 0. That's why after deleting this number, I am shifting these numbers to left side. Then the 4 index contains it in previously 4. Now it is empty. That's why I stored the value with 0. So in this way, we have to delete the operations in array. Okay. So before deletion, you first insert the element, then you have to choose in which position you have to delete the element. So see here for deletion operation. So here I want to delete the element 3. Okay. So directly I check the element in the array and remove it, then shift to the left. So shifted left. Okay. For deletion, we have to first see here for deletion operation what we have to do. The screen is visible. Okay. So for deletion operations here, first we have to insert the elements just like in insertion operation what we have done. The same way here also we are going to do the same concept. So first print n elements. Okay. How many elements you want to insert? I want to insert, for example, 5 values. So n equal to 5 I have given here. Then insert. Then enter the elements. So I insert the elements. So 5 elements inserted. Then similarly here in insertion also, at what position you have to insert the element. In the same manner, at which position you have to delete the element. Okay, so just the position number. So after that, upon that position number, the element will be deleted, the remaining elements is shifted to the right. Okay, if the position value greater than the existing value, for example, if the I am giving n equal to 5, 5 plus 1 6, 6 means it exceeds the size of the array, so that element is not present in that position is not existed in the array. See here example. So I okay, I am giving 5 elements. So array size I am taken here. How much array size is 100. Okay, so I want to delete the element at 101th position. So that position is not present because the size of the array will exceed the n value. So that is deletion is not possible. Okay, if the position is in between that, then we have to check the position, then we directly remove the array element. So see example, I insert the 5 elements here. I give the n value is 5, I insert 10, 30, 10, 5, 10, 15, 12, 6. Now I want to wish to delete an element at position 2. This is position 1, position 2 is 10. So I want to delete at position 2 data. So position 2 data is 10. So directly remove 10. These are shifted left side. So in this way, you have to perform deletion operation. Okay. Next one, traversing. So traversing is nothing but display the elements in an array. So actually what is traversing means? So visit each element at least one in a array. So I have 5 elements in an array. So visit each element at one time in an array means first you have to start with 0 index. That's why I'm taking 0 index less than 5. So I will visit 12, 11 is visited, next 12 visited, next 14 visited, next 4 visited, next 0 visited. So then nothing but display is nothing but visited, then only we will display the element. If you see the elements only, that is about to traversing. You have to visit at least each data in an array at least once. We call it as a traversing. So next, reversing the array. So this is the process of reversing the element in array by swapping the elements. So just here we have to swap the existing elements in the reverse order. The logic for this is here I am taking the array size is 5. So I equal to 0, I less than 5 by 2, I plus plus. I am taking some temporary variable is a of 5 because first element is stored in temp. Next element, the last element is stored in I. Then temp value will store in a of I. So in this way, you have to reverse the array. See here examples here 1, 12, 13, 14, 0 is there. So first I am initializing the 11th value with 0. So first swap this 11 value with 0. Okay. Next is 12 value with 14. 13 is remaining same. This is the middle value. So that is the answer is 0, 14, 13, 12, 11. So first replace last number with the first index. Next replace the last but one number with the second position value. Middle value have to remain same. So swapping this is we call it as a reversing the elements in an array. Okay, clear. Okay, clear. Next, another operation, move to the another operation in array is sorting. So what is sorting? Sorting is nothing but arranging a set of elements in either ascending order, descending order. Okay. So we have different types of sorting techniques are there: bubble sort, uh, bubble sort, tarvata selection sort, quick sort, heap sort. All these are elements used for sorting the elements in an array. So here I am taking one example. This is refers to as the bubble sort. So I am taking 5 elements in an array and compare each element with next element. Then we have to, if the condition is true, then we have to swap the element. Okay, see here, just this is the bubble sort. Now we have to a of I, initially a of I is 0. 0 is considered with one value. If it is greater, then you have to perform swap operation. Otherwise, you have to increment I by j by 1. Then you have to check. So actually sorting, see here, this is the example here. See, I value is 70, j value is 25. Okay. So here I and j is compared. If the element is greater than this number, means this, if the element is less than this number, then you have to swap. Otherwise, you cannot swap. So this is the condition. If a of I is greater than, then only you can perform the swap operation. So here a of I is 17, a of j is 25. The condition is false, then you have to swap the 25 with 17. Next 13 with 17. And also 2 is least, so we cannot swap here. So we stop here. Then again we have to compare the again we come to the initial position a of 0. Then the a of 0 is compared with the first element. In that way, you have to sort the least element into first position, and the second least element to second position, and third least into third position, fourth least into fourth position, fifth least into fifth position. So in this way, we have to sort the array. Okay, see here. First of all, see the example here. So 17 greater than 25, condition false. Okay, then I incremented by 1, I is 25. Next j incremented by j is 13. So this condition 25 is greater than 13, then swap the elements. So now the values are 17, 13, 25 to 1. Again, I value is 25, j value is 2. Condition false. Okay. So this is greater. This is greater. So condition true. Then swap these two elements in the same way 25. So finally, we get the values as 17, 33, 2, 1, 5. The highest value is moves last. Okay, next again the loop come to the initial position I equal to 0. Then this 17 is compared with 13, condition true, swap these two elements and 2, 1. So finally we get here 13, 2, 1, 17 and 25. In the same way we get the elements in ascending order. Okay, so see, bubble sort is nothing but you have to check the condition here, a of I greater than a of j. If the condition true, then swap the two elements I value and j value. Otherwise, incremented I by 1 and incremented j by 1 until we reach the last element. Again, after that, once again, the I value will incremented by 1, then can check the condition. Finally, the elements is sorted in ascending order. This is about sorting. Next, we move to the next concept, next operations are here. So here, before sorting, after sorting. Next operation is searching. So searching is nothing but find the element in a given list. If the data is present in the list or not, we have to find, that is nothing but searching. So we have some searching operations are the linear search, binary search, interpolation set. These are the operations on set. So I am using here only linear sets. So first we have to compare the first element with number. So if the number equal to a of 0 element is same, then the print number return. Otherwise, check the values from 0 to 5. If the element exists, print the element is present. Otherwise, element is not present here. For example, see here, I want to set the element 13. First, we have to compare 13 element with a of 0 element, that is 11. Not matched. Then a of 1 element is 12. 12 is compared with 13, not matched. Next 13 is compared with 13. So found in this array. So this is nothing but we call it as a searching. Searching in an element in an array. So we are using here linear search. In sorting, we are using bubble sort. So next one is merging. So merging of arrays of two sorted list in one sorted. So we have two arrays are there. Merging is nothing but the combining the two arrays into single array. So here for merging we have two steps in all. One is sorting the array that are to be merged and adding the sorted elements of both the arrays to a new array in sorted order. Okay. First you have to sorting the array that are to be merged. So those elements you want to merge, first you have to sort that array, then add the sorting array to a single one, we call it as a merging. Adding two arrays, we call it as a merging. See here, this is the array, first array, this is the second array. So first array contains 1, 3, 13. Second array is 2, 8, 11. First you have to perform, these are in sorted order, no problem. So these elements are in sorted order. So if you want to merge, then first sort the elements. You have to, first one is compared with the two element. So it is less than one is less than 2. Then we have to store the 1 in the in temporary array. So here array contains 0, 1, 2. So array contains 3 elements. Here array contains 3 elements. Total the new array will be taken with size of 6. Array size is 6. So first element in array of A of 0 element is compared with B of 0 element. Which one is less? That one is stored in the resulted array. So I store the here. Then 3 is compared with 2. Which one is least? That is stored here. 2 compare. Then we shift this element with 1. Then 8 is compared with 3. So 3 is stored and incremented I by 1. So 13 is compared with 8. So 8 is least, 8 is stored here. Then this is incremented by 1. That is 11. 11 is compared with 13. So 11 is stored. Remaining element is 13. That will be stored in here. So in this way we merge the two arrays. For merging, we have to use the merge sort. Okay, clear? Just to see, I am taking this as I, and this array as index as j, this array index as k. First, initially I of 0 element is 1, j of 0 element is 2. So compare these two elements. Which one is least? Is 1 is least. So 1 is stored in k of 0. Then I is incremented by 1. Then I value is here 1. J remains as it is because the one element will be stored in an array. Then 3 is compared with 2. The 2 is least. Then every time you have to incremented k by 1 because we store the element here. So k incremented 1 here, k1 in one position we have to store the element 2 here. Okay. Then increment j by 1. So j value is j of 1. I value is I of 1. So 8 is compared with 3. It also incremented by 1. So here 2. So this 3 least, 3 is stored in k. I is incremented by 1. So I value is 2 here. 13 is compared with 8, 8 is least, least is stored. So in this way you have to store the merging the elements in the given array. Okay, so all these are the operations that are performed in an array. So what are the operations we discussed till now? We discussed insertion operation. If you want to insert the element, if the elements are in unsorted array, it is very easy to insert the element at the end. But if you want to insert the element in sorted array, we have to first compare the each element in an array and check the position in which place, in which position that element is to be stored. In deletion purpose also, we have to first insert the element, then you have to which position you want to delete the element. First give the position of the that element, then it will delete directly, and after deletion we just shift to the left side. After insertion we shift to the right side. Now traversing means actually it is nothing but the display. So for every time you want to just traversing is nothing but you have to traverse the given array at least once. That is nothing but you have to see all the elements that are present in the array. We call it as a traversal. Traversal is nothing but the display means nothing but what elements are present in the array that is shown in the, that is visible in the by traversing. That is nothing but display. Then reversing. So reverse the array into in reversing the array by using just you have to reverse the given array. Next, sorting. Sorting is nothing but the elements will be sorted in ascending order or descending order. In this example, we are using the sorting technique as bubble sort. We are using here bubble sort. Similarly, searching is nothing but the element is present in the given array or not, we have to search. Here we are using linear search for the find the elements in the given array. So these are the operations performed in the given array. And tomorrow we will discuss about what is abstract data type, and we will discuss the different string operations. What is string and what are the different operations performed on string? We will discuss in tomorrow class. Anybody has any doubt? Please write a message in the chat box. Any queries? Just unmute you. Just unmute yourself. I give permission. All of you just unmute yourself. I give permission to you. Just if anybody has any doubt, just unmute yourself and ask question. Ask me any question, any doubt, please ask me. Just unmute yourself and okay. Today and the session, tomorrow we will discuss.